Today we're going to do Photoshop assignment 17. Now I provided you with a photo. Feel free to use a photo that you've taken. Now what we're going to do is create something called a pop-out effect to make this car look like it's popping out of the frame. Obviously, first step is going to be to duplicate our layers, so Command J if you're getting pretty familiar with that. And we want to create two blank layers. 1, 2. And I want those to be actually between my original and the copy. I want to fill the top layer with black, so Alt backspace, and the one below that with white, so Command backspace, and that's if our colors are set to the defaults. Okay, now what we're going to do is on this car copy layer, I want to add, first of all, let's add a layer on top of that. That's going to be where we put our picture frame. And on both of these layers, I want to add a layer mask. Okay, so two things are going to happen here. On this top layer, make sure you select the photo, not this part, just the photo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rectangular marquee, make sure this is set to 0, feathered, and I'm going to draw an area where I want my picture frame to be, so right there, and then Command backspace to fill that with white. Then what I can do is make a new selection inside this and just hit delete, so I basically cut out that inner side of what's going to be my picture. Okay, so I can deselect this, and if I want, I can transform this. So Command T, hold Command, and I can adjust this to look like a picture. Like so. Okay, so there's going to be my picture, and this car is going to be popping out of it. Maybe I'll move it over so I can see the whole car. Okay? Now what I want to do is on the car copy, on the masking layer, I want to take my brush tool and I want to basically, I would select something with hard edges here. I want to paint around the car and around the picture frame, leaving all the stuff inside and the car alone. So you're probably going to want to take your time here. I'm going to do this quick and basically go around the car and around the picture frame. Okay, so I'm just basically tracing an outline here so I can do this a little quicker. Increase the size of my brush now. And let's do this a little faster. And there we have the car, at least basically cut out. And again, you're going to want to watch around the sides of the car here. Now, what I want to do is go to the masking layer on this one, and using the same technique, I want to mask away this white line. Whoops, that was a little too much. Again, zoom in, use a better brush, and it looks now like the car is at least semi-popping out of the photo. Just a couple things we need to do here. Okay, so when we get to this step, what we want to do is add a shadow under the frame on the car. So we're going to create a blank layer up at the top of the stack. So here we go. And we're going to go to Layer, and we're going to create a clipping mask. Okay, so let's create a clipping mask. Now we're going to create a soft brush and paint under the car on the frame, basically. So take a soft brush like this, and what I'm going to do is very carefully just add a bit of a shadow there underneath the car. Okay, so it looks like it's coming out of the photo. Also apply a filter to this. So filter, blur, set it to Gaussian blur, 4 pixels, click OK. And then also drop the opacity of this layer to 80%. You don't want it to be too crazy, just very subtle. Now what we're going to do is create a blank layer underneath the car copy. Right there. And we are now going to use the polygon lasso tool with a feather of 10. So polygon feather 10. And we're going to select basically the outside of this frame. Just a little bit. And like that. Now what we're going to do on this layer is we're going to fill that with black. So we can just do Control Backspace and fill it with black. And we're going to apply the same filters to this. So I can deselect this now and add a filter, blur, Gaussian blur. It's already set to 4. And drop the opacity down just a bit. Okay? Now, right here, we can add another new layer and fill this with a neutral color. So I'll go Fill, Edit Fill, and I will select maybe 50% gray. Click OK, and there it is. And you can see the shadow now, and the shadow there. And that is our finished product. Now I'm going to go File, Save As, put Soretta here, followed by an underscore, followed by Simon17, click Save, click OK, and put that in the hand-in folder.